Hello, it's Patrick and welcome to some more Tesla news. Lots of interesting things coming out from the Tesla shareholders meetings that happened. Elon Musk at E3. They weren't really holding back. You probably need to go and watch or listen to the shareholders meeting. There's a lot of information from the past year and future stuff that Tesla is expected to be coming out with soon. One of those things is the Tesla Model Y. And Elon stated that he believes that the demand for SUVs is so high right now that he thinks that the Model Y will outsell the S, X, and 3 combined. And I have no doubt of that. I'm in Colorado right now, where you see nothing but SUVs, but still a lot of Model 3s. And I know, like, my family personally, they're all waiting on the Y. They want to have an SUV electric vehicle. And the I-Pace and things just aren't cutting the mustard, or the Nero. There's no charging network, which brings me to the Supercharger 3 network, which is finally live and open to the public over at the Tesla Fremont factory. They have 8 stations available, charging at 250 kilowatts on Tesla Model 3s, 200 kilowatts on the new Ravin Teslas. You're talking being able to charge at 1,000 miles per hour. You're looking at cutting charging times almost in half, and you're looking at 180 miles in 15 minutes. It's the fastest charging electric cars in the world right now, even though there may be others touting the real world charging. At this point is Model 3 Teslas, version 3 Superchargers. Gigafactory 2 is going to be making them. They're going to be putting them on all the most remote routes where people need to charge the fastest first. Then they're going to be upgrading older Superchargers that are V1 that charge around 75 kilowatts next. And then, of course, upgrading or adding to other areas eventually. So I'm super excited about that. I can't wait until we get one over in Casper and Cody, Wyoming, because they're supposed to be soon. So over at E3, Elon was on stage for an hour and 40 minutes. Check out that video as well. Lots of information about living in a simulation and stuff. But he showed off Cuphead running on a Model 3 on the center display. This is from porting Unity, and they also talked about Fallout Shelter is going to be running on there soon, as well as the web browser supporting Hulu, Netflix, YouTube, all when you're on Wi-Fi. He mentioned that the most frequent games will be downloaded, and then you'll have to re-download, other games as needed. Maybe they'll work out something with using a USB stick for storage. Who knows? But that'll be coming in an update soon. Can't wait to try it out. He also went into a lot of detail on how the GPUs in graphics cards kind of paved the way for neural nets and AI learning computers, which are the NVIDIA's, what's inside Tesla's up until just recently with the full self-driving computer. And now, the full self-driving computer that's being put in all the new Ravens and all the Model 3s and everything else, that's all just like geared towards neural net learning computers. And they analyze a lot of things, like not just drivable space is what they had been concentrating on, but actual like curbs and road construction. There's a video of somebody driving through road construction with the current computers, and it doing it on autopilot pretty well. So yeah, he was saying like drivable space could mean in a neighborhood with curbs that are mostly kind of geared towards like driveways, that you could be driving on people's sidewalks and driveways. So they got to kind of fine tune that neural net to know what the difference is between different types of curb and gutters. There's a lot of little edge cases. He said, a lot of it's learning when there's no lines on the road, because frankly, most roads just aren't perfect. They aren't perfectly set up with all the line markings and road signs, so it's got to account for all that. He said it'd be pretty easy to set up, certain routes, certain cities, but if anything changes, it'd be very dangerous. So he wants to make sure that the full self-driving in Teslas is capable and always updating and learning and just getting better and better over time, that it could drive any route from A to B. Pretty cool stuff. Also, I was over at the Loveland Supercharger, and the Tesla sales team was there, and they were giving test rides. I got to try out a Model X Ravin, and it had the new air suspension. It did seem a little bit smoother. I don't think it's worth the upgrade for me personally. Sean made a video, I have a link in the show notes, goes into way more detail on the differences. on these new Ravins. Mainly, you know, they're more efficient with the permanent magnet motors, the air suspension. On these new Ravin vehicles, it's interesting, the interior's kind of changed a little bit. Instead of the brushed metal trim, it's now like a matte black that kind of got a little bit of a chrome delete on the inside. And he was reporting that the cabin noise seemed quite a bit less. I personally didn't notice a huge difference. You have to try it out. What do you guys think? Have you tried the new Ravins out? Do they sound quieter? Does the ride seem that much smoother? I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, right now you can get free supercharging if you get an inventory that's a non-Ravin Tesla. It might be worth getting the free supercharging versus getting this new upgraded powertrain. I don't know. I'd probably go with the new one. And if you're gonna get a new Tesla, do it before July 1st so you can still get the full tax, or the current tax credit, which is $3,750, which is gonna be cut in half again July 1st for all Teslas. You can use a referral code and get $1,000 worth of free supercharging. Mine is Patrick4254 if you want to use my code, or just use whoever is really helping you buy a Tesla. But you have to use the link. So you got to use the link in the show notes, or you can't get the free supercharging. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your friends about the show, and put in the comments below any suggestions that you have for the videos, what you'd like me to cover. I'd like to thank my nephews for joining with some of the news, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Let's try that again. V3 Supercharging open to the public. Fremont factory has 8 stalls available. 1,000 miles per hour added. Range at peak 180 miles in 15 minutes.
At E3, Elon Musk showed Cuphead and the game Cuphead and Beach Buggy Racing 2 on Tesla. And he also mentioned that there will be Netflix, Hulu, and YouTube on the big screen, on that big middle screen as well.